Hello. Is my mic too loud or anything, or are we good? I think we're good. Alright, I'm gonna get my camera fired up here and we'll be getting started in just a minute. Before we do get started, I will talk about the X1 Extreme a little bit, because I know there will be a bit of audience overlap on this stream. Excuse me. So, with the X1 Extreme, I did actually go through and repaste that system. And, basically, when you repaste it, there is a, like, copper shim that they actually, I think, like, solder or something to the bottom of the heatsink. I'll get my camera going here, because I can show you the picture on my phone, but basically, the vapor chamber is not really set up in the correct way, and that impacts CPU cooling considerably, and that's one of the reasons why it throttles so bad. And that's throttling that Lenovo has manually put in place to try and correct any sort of issue on the device, which is unfortunate, but that is how it is on that computer. So basically, if you're looking for something with top-end, you know, CPU performance and everything, X1 is not the option, but if you can figure out a way to patch the EC firmware, then you could probably fix it, but otherwise there's really no way to get around it. The temps were seriously improved by repasting with IC Diamond, which is mainly just because Lenovo is using long lifespan type thermal paste over like performance type. Just on their ThinkPads they do that a lot. That's why you generally see performance uplift when you repaste. It's just that Lenovo's put a serious performance limit on the X1 for really no reason. Now, I do have my thermal compound out, so if I do decide to, I can repaste this system on stream. Now, the system I'm talking about is, of course, the T15g Gen 2. I hate ungainful limitations. Yeah, I totally agree. There's like tape on my charger. Might as well fire my camera up here instead of just talking to the starting soon screen. Everyone doing well? ThinkPads were always marketed as the notebooks that'll last long. No wonder they use that type of paste. Yeah, it's like a maintenance-free, like, 3-year paste or something like that. It's just so IT departments don't have to go and repaste the system after a year, mainly. Because, you know, let's say you deploy 50 of those, that's quite a lot of work just because they wanted to put high-performance compound in the system, so. Plus, rapid degradation occurs in the performance base, and they don't really want to deal with that, so. All elements to consider, of course. Anyway, camera's almost ready. See if we can't stream till dark again. Vibe check. Uh-oh. Okay, well, here we are. So, welcome everybody. Welcome to the live stream here. I've got to still mess with my mic and plug the charger in and everything. But this is going to be pretty much the internet's first look at this computer. I haven't actually seen a like proper review of this system in any form online. I mean, there's some limited coverage, but it's fairly limited. Just, you know. I've already spent some time with it just off camera, getting ready and getting used to everything with the system, so I'm not completely floundering on stream like I have in the past by not doing that. And I think I'll be doing that in the future going forward anyway, as just prepping pretty good. But yeah. So I've got some stuff installed. We can run some stress test, benchmark, whatever you want. I have 3D Mark installed, so we can run 3D Mark. Main thing I'm interested in is the GPU TGP, because I've been told it's 100 watts, but that might not be accurate. We'll see. And I do have some comments about just the build and everything of the system in general, so plenty to talk about. Let's talk briefly about I/O though, because why not? So, let's zoom in a little. As you can see, we have an RJ45 Ethernet port. We have a charger port, 2 Thunderbolt ports, and a super speed USB 3 point something port. So, 2 Thunderbolt, 1 generic USB-C on the back. I do wish they would have put like a Type A back here, or maybe like 2 Type A ports, but nevertheless, you do have a Type A port on the side with a full-size SD card reader, which, let's answer this immediately. How deep is this SD card reader? Fully deep. You can click in a card. So, good. Now you know that you can put a bunch of storage that'll die in 2 minutes on there. We also have we have an HDMI port, Type A port, headphone jack, and we also have a dummy for the nano SIM slot. Also, holy crap, this drive is like burning hot. Set that aside. Okay. So, yeah, someone asks specs. We'll run through that real quick here. Okay. Open her up. So, I have the... Whoops. The camera's actually a little too close. Or this laptop's just freaking huge. One or the other. So, I have the i9 model. And the i9 model is like 8 core, 16 thread. I didn't like specifically seek out the i9 model. Just shook out that way more than anything. But, you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. Let's run through the detailed spec though. One thing worth note, I don't know if all of you are super familiar with like the P15 line. This is a P15, also sold under the T15G with like normal consumer level graphics cards. So the benefit of that is, of course, you get a gaming optimized GPU. Not that quadros can't game. Quadros definitely can game. They're just more expensive for similar levels of performance. So this system here, see if I can't focus. It's an 11950H. So 8 core, 16 thread, big beefy boy that's probably power limited. Comes with 32 gigs of RAM in dual channel. Actually, I don't know if it's in dual channel. I think it is. Just depends on the configuration, because this actually has 4 SODIMM slots. Now, if you didn't know that, I wouldn't blame you, because most laptops don't. But it has, notably, two SODIMMs that you access to the keyboard and 2 SODIMMs on the bottom, and we'll talk about both shortly. They're both super easy to get to, which is the perk of owning a laptop like this. White at Task Manager is too bright for the cam. Yeah. So generous and screen bezel, stingy on trackpad. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things I did immediately notice was the trackpad is pretty small. I do wish they would have pushed it a little more, but I do understand that there's some limitations with what they're doing with the chassis here in terms of like how far it can be to this edge, especially with the like creaking issues or something. But, you know, me being me, I would have liked a little bit more trackpad, but that's not the point of this device. You have the track point, so you should be able to live with it. I know someone's was probably about to scream, "Oh, but the track point, man! You're just ignoring the whole point of a ThinkPad." No, I'm not, man. Don't worry. Yep, and we have an RTX 3070. I did show that a few times, but that is what we have. 8 gigs of RAM. You can get a 3080 with 16 gigs of RAM. Also, notable, the graphics card in this system is modular, and in that sense, you can buy a different graphics card designed for this chassis, but you can't just buy anything. It's a proprietary Lenovo connector, so if you want to upgrade the graphics card, if they keep this form factor for 40 series, you could probably put a 40 series graphics card in there. Now, is that going to work? I don't know. Is that going to be useful or usable because maybe you don't have a VBIOS? I don't know. But maybe you could do it. I don't know. Yeah, screen bezel. I'm going to talk about that later. Theoretically, you could put like a 16-inch panel in here if you just trim the bezels out a little bit. But me, personally, I don't really care about bezel as long as the computer's good. Because I'm looking for a work computer, and this so far feels like a good work computer. Before I get too ahead of myself, we have IR for sign-in for like Windows Hello, fingerprint reader, touchpad obviously, backlit keyboard, normal ThinkPad stuff. This is the full travel ThinkPad keyboard, so it feels a little nicer than the X1E that we talked about. We have a pretty traditional construction for a ThinkPad where you have the like fiberglass reinforced plastic on the outside with a magnesium roll cage. It's super cool. You can take this computer apart and just see the cage itself, which part of the layering actually does help with like keyboard deck temps. This laptop does not get hot under load, I've noticed so far. Here's your little panel. You get access to the RAM. There's also two M.2 slots under here. There's one under the keyboard that's PCIe 4, and that's what the main drive is on. I think this comes with like a 980 Pro OEM version, so pretty solid SSD right out of the box. This panel's a little floppy. I'll probably just have to re-screw it down, but anyway, pretty substantial rear feet here. I mean, could be a little taller, but overall good enough. Won't be cheap. What are you referring to, Matt? Like upgrading the graphics card? I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt that it would be expensive, but, you know, it's a heck of a lot cheaper than buying a new $3,000 system at the end of the year, which I should talk about the price, actually, on this. So, let me check my email here, because I don't remember what the price was on this. What is the battery like? The battery is a 94 watt-hour cell. So it should be generally good if you can optimize it. I haven't tested it yet. We'll test that on stream. Lenovo, order, quote, thank you for your order. Okay, so this whole computer here, including the warranty upgrade I got, which the warranty upgrade is probably around $100, $200 itself. Yeah, before warranty, this was just over $2,000. So this is, you know, a pretty expensive system, but that was with perks pricing, just so you know. So obviously cheaper than it would be normally. I think normally it's closer to $3,000. But you get an i9 RTX 3070. You already have 32 gigs of RAM. You have all of these SSDs you can add. I mean, the whole thing, you can literally take this keyboard deck off and replace it if it gets damaged. I mean, that's great. Cheaper than X1 Gen 4. It's like base model MacBook Pro. Yeah, but this actually will probably outperform an Intel MacBook Pro. M1, I don't know. But Intel one, yeah, for sure. Well, actually, I don't know. We haven't tested it yet. Speaking of which, let's get into the system here and let's do something interesting. So, we're going to run a stress test just so I have a general idea of what the system is doing. We're on the latest BIOS before anyone on Reddit decides to go, hey, CodeHusky, you didn't update the BIOS, you moron. I did. We're on the latest BIOS. I updated it just before recording. So there's not going to be any issue with, oh, but he's on an old BIOS version, so his data is invalid and not useful because Lenovo tuned the system. Sorry, I already upgraded, so you can't use that excuse. Anyway, we're going to get everything all fired up here. GPU, I don't think I have a GPU core temp to monitor. That's unfortunate. Do I? CPU? No, I don't. That's a shame. Well, I'll just set this back to 100. General, we'll set this monitoring to 1 second. Yeah, this system's overall pretty nice. Should talk about the plastic briefly. So the X1 Extreme has like a grippy kind of rubberized plastic soft touch finish on it. This is not really soft touch. This is just like a more, it feels like a more premium matte. Like if you're familiar with the old ThinkPads like T480, it's like a finer grit, I guess I would say, of that way of making the plastic. Like it's a matte, but it's way finer, and it doesn't feel like it's gonna shine up instantly when I'm rubbing my wrist on it or anything. Feels like a pretty good coating. So overall, I'm happy with that. Let's fire up hardware info 64, and it'll tell us, oh, not for commercial purposes. Do not use. And I'll do it anyway, even though this is technically not commercial purposes. I mean, I suppose you could call it that. I don't care. If you don't want me to use 7, email me, hardware info developer, and I'll just use 6. Anyhow, we'll get firmware loaded. We also test screen colors. I'll look up the panel, and I'll see if we can get my calibrator working right. Do you guys want me to like spend 40 minutes trying to get a calibrator to work? Because I'll do it. Just for the sake of testing. If you guys really want to see it. 5C51C9421 is possibly in the part number of the 3080 board. You can go on, look up Lenovo parts lookup, and then you can just type in the, oh god, what the hell? You can type in the model number of the laptop, and you should be able to actually see what the actual definitive 3080 model number is. But this is interesting. Did you guys see that? I can actually just push. Let me focus. I can push this plastic up with my finger. Good job, Lenovo. You guys put all the screws where they definitely needed to be and not there. Anyway. I can excuse that if the stress test goes well. So actually, before we get started, I'm going to load up NVIDIA control panel and just see what it reports the TGP to be. One thing I know is that the P17 apparently has higher power consumption levels. Yeah, 110. So it's a 100 watt constant with 110 boost. Okay, so this should be faster than a Blade 14. That's what I wanted to know. But anyway, so that means that if you want higher power consumption, you probably have to get the P17, or alternatively, we can try and flash this laptop to think it's a P17. I don't know how successful that'll be, but you can always try. Or I'll just look through the BIOS and see if there's like a weird option I can flip in a tool to make it think it's higher power or something. I don't know. Someone said 110 watts, but it's way heavier. P17 you're talking about is heavier? Yes, the build quality is amazing, yeah. I mean, this can be fixed with like double-sided tape, so I'm not too upset about it. Anyway, let's get the GPU stress test running. And don't display your dumb warning message. Oh, your computer may suddenly combust. Oh my god. There we go. Now I'll load this up. Okay, so GPU. Zoom in. Whoops, almost touched the lens. Can you guys see that? Barely. Let me. There. So we're running at 100 watts. 98, 97, that's 100 watts. So 100 watts on the GPU. It's not quite hot yet. CPU 198C, but we're at like 63 watts. Damn. This might actually be pretty good. Wow. Did Lenovo actually fix their thermals this year? What? They did. I mean, it's still hot, but like I could probably repaste and get those temps down about like 1020 C. So let me move my hardware info so you guys can actually see the numbers. So you can see the CPU is obviously pinned, like hot, 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 hot. But that's just because the thermal compound sucks. What are cores temperatures independently? Do we have like an offset? Yeah, we do. 86, 87. Yeah, repaste would fix that for sure. So that's easy to fix. And then we could run it like 60 watts indefinitely. Our GPU is running at 100 watts, and it's not even cooking. Well, it's getting close to cooking, but we're pretty good. Keyboard deck is remaining pretty cool. True, when you spend a couple thousand on it, you should not have to expect. Yeah, I'll contact Lenovo and I'll see. I mean, it's possible there's like a screw missing there or something. I'll have to look at the parts. Actually, while the stress test runs, I will look up parts and I'll see if I can pick up anything. T15G is heavier than X1. Well, yeah, I know, but dude, the Blade 14 gets similar thermals. It's not a weight class thing. It's just a cooling design thing. And I will stand by that for all time. It's not weight. You don't have to have a heavy 30-pound laptop to have good cooling. You just have to design a good laptop. So, T15G Gen 2. Say YT. It's even heavier than my T440p. Dude, I don't doubt it. This thing is stout, beefy, and impressive. And so far, I'm pretty impressed with it, man. Okay, I need to find the keyboard. Oh god, I'm using my bugged out mouse. I need to find the keyboard piece. Mechanical assemblies, no. Just cover. Okay, so that's a door. It's D cover. What is D? Okay, D cover's the bottom. I need C cover. C frame. Oh, I can just show this on stream actually. Where's my display? Okay, so you can see here we have this cage, and that's actually surrounding the whole device. Let me actually zoom in here. Is there anything that's supposed to support that? Well, not anything obvious here. I have to look at the actual top cover piece, but you can see this is the magnesium frame actually inside of the computer that gives it its structure, and it's very comprehensive and big. They have a bunch of holes cut in it, so it doesn't use like 1,000,000 pounds of weight, but you know, A cover maybe, B cover, no, I need C cover, cover C, keyboard. Man, I really can't find this piece. Schematic maybe. Can I explain what I'm doing right now? Oh, oh, you've never seen a combined stress? Oh, yeah, let me just run you through that. So, what I'm doing on screen is I'm loading the GPU at full capacity and the CPU at full capacity. Outside of any sort of real-world load, this is potentially possible with an actual load, though. Don't get confused there. This, for sure, could happen IRL. But this is, I'm just loading the system fully to test the heatsink's competency. Basically, what I'm looking for is this at or above TDP, which at 52 watts, this is a 45-watt chip. That's acceptable. And this is not throttling. It's at ADC. So 100 watts, ADC, that's okay. It's a little high, but it's fine. So yeah, overall, pretty good. The way you'd analyze this, of course, you could go a bit more in depth or whatever. Go to as build and you should be able to, oh, yeah. What is my... I literally have the part number. What am I doing? Dude, I'm being stupid. I'll turn that off for a second so you guys can see the monitor again. Oh, thank you, man. That's helpful. Sweet, thank you. So, let's see what our problem is. Yeah, there's a clip there. I think. I honestly can't tell. That image is not very good. Does it look like there's a clip? I don't... Yeah, there's supposed to be a clip. Dude, they broke my computer at the factory. Wow. Bastards. Well, I'll have to request a new one of those. Those ungrateful bastards broke my clip. Let's try to get in there so I can see it. Hold on. Yeah, I can see the clip coming out. Yeah. Yep. They broke it. Good old Lenovo factory. Can't keep anything together, can they? I'll get an RMA set up for that, and they'll just send me that new piece. So, good. No, not all models will be like that. Yeah, I totally doubt they would do that. They might require to ship. No, dude, I have on site. Don't worry. I might even just request that they send me a brand new one in place. Actually, let me... Yeah, let me actually go onto chat here and I'll see if they'll send me a replacement. I'll be nice to them, guys. Contact. You check the driver page? For what exactly? I'm all up to date for Vantage and oh god. I'm up to date through Vantage, so yeah. Oh, one of my friends pinged me and said, "Someone give me $500 so I can get a skateboard." What updates are you talking about exactly? Oh, be nice to them, guys. Be nice to those ungrateful bastards. Yeah, I suppose I did say that. I might have said that. They overnighted me this one, so they should be able to overnight me another one. Those ungrateful bastards broke my computer in the factory. And hey, if I have 2 units at the same... Yeah, I'll just be like, hi, I received my laptop and it is broken out of the factory. There is a clip on the palm rest that is damaged and is causing the plastic to lift from the frame during use. My order number is, and I would like to send me a replacement so I can use my system. There we go. I sent the message. But anyway, let's keep going. I won't show my screen for a little while because I don't want to show my order number or anything. But let's talk about the stress test results so far. We're 12 minutes in. Well, actually 9 minutes in. But I'll just reset our averages and hardware info so we get a bit more new info. And of course, cores are throttling. Everything's choking. Everything's dying. But we're maintaining a solid 50 watts. And, you know, obviously we're cooking, but, you know, that's how it goes. The palm rest is actually cool, which, you know, I talked about that initially was this is going to be cool because there's so much crap in between here and the motherboard that it shouldn't get warm. And this is not warm at all. Touchpad's cool. Keyboard, it's got some, like, warmer spots, but it's not uncomfortable. It's actually quite nice. I mean, this numpad's a little hot, but that's the only, like, really hot part of the computer. Otherwise... I mean, we're pretty good. Repaste obviously is going to fix this, but yeah. Do you think there'll be a difference between using a 6-core and 8-core CPU? In what regard specifically? Like thermals or what? Because if you're talking thermals, no. There shouldn't be really any difference. It could affect like cooling a little, but it's fairly insignificant, and really all that would do is distribute the load more and make it cool a little better to have more cores, but I doubt it would make a noticeable difference. Yeah, but not nearly as efficient CPU. Yeah, true. Normal use in gaming. Oh, so like performance? No, you're not going to see any real gain. So if you're looking like, well, I don't know if I want a 6 or 8 core. Just get a 6 core if you want. I would watch the hardware unbox video on that. They have an actual video talking about this recently where they're like, they're kind of debunking the whole, well, 8 cores is the new 4 cores. Like, everyone should have 8 cores because that's the future. And they have a video that's like, not really. It's beneficial, but not always. So I would take a look at that video if you need more info on that, because they do a lot of good deep dives like that kind of thing. So yeah, of course. So Lenovo rep says they can help me. I wonder if they're going to suggest that I send the system back first. I do have on-site, so they might be a little bit more lenient. Can you send me a picture of this damaged order? Sure, 1 second. 1 second, guys. I gotta hide my stress test so that I can take a picture. You can send the picture to my email address. Well, I'm glad I didn't show the CS rep's email because you guys would have probably spammed them with like 30 emails. There we go. Looks like they just wanted visual confirmation of the problem. You can ask their engineer to have a video call with you. That's true. I don't know. I mean, if I have any issue with this person, they'll probably just transfer me to like technical support anyway, so I doubt it though, because this is like post-order support people, and generally if you send them a picture of something that looks broken, they're just like, okay, here's a new one, bye. So anyway, let's get the stuff loaded up again. Also, post-order people are nice. They're nice people generally, so anyway, yep, everything looks good. I'm impressed. Let's start actually benching things, because this is cool. So what do you guys want to see right away? You're really underestimating the power of the internet. You got 18 viewers. Do you think it would only be 30 emails? That's true. So, what do you guys want to see on this right away? I do have a few things downloaded. We could run 3D Mark. We could run Cinebench. I could run like CPU Z's validate. I don't know. You see any damage in the box itself? Dong. What do you mean dong? Let's run Discord. Beam max settings. True. I'm working and I missed it. Is it the 4K model? No, this isn't the 4K model. So there's a 4K OLED model of this thing, and that panel looks amazing. Now, I kind of care about battery life, so I didn't get it, but it also comes with the 3080. But if you want a 4K panel, there's an OLED option. You can have an OLED screen here, and it'll be glass and touch and everything, so it'll look pretty stunning. But do I really care about that personally? No, not really. I'd rather have battery runtime. So 80 watt poverty? What do you mean? No, actually no. We're at 100 watts, man. It's not 80 watts. Oh, you have the 4K OLED? Sizzling. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is it the same 4K OLED? I don't really know. But it is a 4K OLED. I would imagine it's probably similar. Man, the fans are still going. This cooler really does need new paste. You can see how long it's taking to actually cool off here. That's probably got something to do with the thermal conductivity of the paste here, just being kind of bad. So IC Diamond would fix that, but I'm not going to use it on this system if they're literally overknitting me a replacement. So, you know, check parts lookup for part numbers. Oh, yeah, sure. Let me explain the process. Okay. Well, I'll do that in a second. If you guys have any additional questions, you can do that. I'll just check parts lookup for like panels. Now, the thing is, I don't think they specifically tell you what panels they are. I mean, it tells you the manufacturer, but I don't think it gives you the actual, like, part number of the OLED. Oh, it might actually. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Duh. Okay. So, let's see. Does this actually resolve anything? So it looks like this is a smaller manufacturer, ATNA56 WR16. Cool, nothing comes up. Huh. How's ghosting an OLED? OLED doesn't generally ghost. It ghosts black, and that's about it. Here's the part number for the OLED. You can find that in parts lookup. There's no real data on here, though, according to anything, so please stay with me. Okay, thanks. That's the FRU number? Yeah. There's also just the 4K IPS panel. It's not touch, but it's a MNF 601EA1-1. That's what the UHD panel is. There's a few FHD options. I have the 500 nit one, I think, or the 400. I don't really know exactly which one it is. It's the nicer FHD one. So I'll send you what to look for in Discord. Okay. I mean, let me just post these in the TP Discord and you'll be able to see it. I'm not screen sharing, right? No. I'll zoom out now. You guys can look at the beautiful machine here. ThinkPad. There's a ThinkPad Discord. I wouldn't join it, but there's a ThinkPad Discord. So if you care, you can join that. I wouldn't specifically recommend it, but is it low power FHD? There's no real such thing as low power FHD on 15-inch panels, I don't believe, but waiting on the 11950H model of the OLED T15G to come out. So far, the only Xeon is available. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's one of the other reasons I didn't buy it. It's because it was Xeon only. It would be cool to get the OLED. I mean, the thing is, part of what I was thinking was, I could just get the OLED assembly if I really care. So, yeah, no. Yeah, I know where that is. LPFHD is a marketing term for Gizo LED backlight. You gotta find the part number data sheet. Oh, okay. I'm pretty convinced. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of P1 at this point. Yeah, P1's kind of garbage. It really is garbage. If you're looking for a performance ThinkPad, this is maximum awesome good. Like, this is as close as you can get to a Legion without dealing with Legion compromise. And, dude, you get 4 SODIMMs. 4 SODIMMs. You can put 128 gigs of RAM in this thing easily. That is insane. Okay, what's up? Please keep note of this case ID. Request will get processed in 24 to 48 business hours. Oh. Alright, man. I hope that I don't have to send it back. Because if I have to send it back, I'm going to be mad. Because I paid overnight. I actually need 128 gigs of RAM. Yeah, but it's funny. But the P1X1 is more portable. If you're looking for portability, you could get like a 14-inch Razer Blade 14, man. That's kind of my retort to that. If you care about portability, there are other things. Yeah, it looks like they're actually going to send me an in-place replacement, which is good. They're saying the request for your return will be processed 24 to 48 hours. You can expect a replacement over 3 to 5 days once the request gets processed. So I don't need to send this system back in order for the replacement to be ordered and shipped. I would go for AWS if I need a 128 gig machine. Yeah. Why do Lenovo ThinkPads not look modern? Well, let's talk about that. So when you're talking about yeah, God, I need to turn my mic loop back down so I stop. Whoa. So I stopped tripping over my words. But so when you say like a modern computer, you're talking about something that has a lot of emphasis on looks. And when you emphasize on looks, generally that means cool or like, oh, my mic is actually, oh crap. Yeah, sorry. Quiet mic. Let me actually there. Quiet mic, quiet mic, quiet mic, quiet mic. Okay. There we go. So now, oh God. So now you can hear me and I don't hear myself, right? You guys can hear me and it's all good now? Mic fell off. They call him Quiet Mike. All right, so let's get going here. So when you say modern, and I do have an actually good laptop to bring this up about, you probably mean something like this thing. This is the Schenker Vision 14, I think. And, you know, obviously slim bezels, slim everything. You got a nice slick look. It's thin. It's got all the ports you might need, maybe. You know, big trackpad. Whoa. Got all your cooling on the bottom, all that crap. You know, it looks good. It looks like a modern computer. Even like the framework here, Good Buddy framework. This obviously looks a lot newer than that thing. I mean, you could probably trick someone to thinking the T15G is from like 2012 if you tried. Nope, that's all. Thank you. But yeah, so good Lenovo customer support experience there. Way better than Razer. Anyway, all right, let me organize my thoughts here so I don't screw something up. So the reason why those look good is because the focus is on appealing to the customers, like, interest in like well, just they want it to look beautiful because then people will think it's better. Now, the whole point of the ThinkPad is that you want something serious that just gets it done. You know, it looks professional. It's just there to do what you want it to do. If you care about serviceability, you get something like the P15 or T15G. I mean, this is kind of like based level service. If you don't know what based means, based on what? Anyway, so just in general, the whole point of this computer is to be high quality. It is not to be high-end looking. And, you know, this computer is expensive, obviously. And you're like, well, why would I pay so much for something with such huge bezels? Obviously, they didn't put enough design work into making sure the computer could be condensed down and have thin bezels and a big screen and all that stuff. That is the most ideal config they could come up with. This is actually redesigned from last year. This is a new design. They spent a lot of time fixing things that people complained about with this. So, for instance, last year, the P15 and T15G, they had, on the inside, they only had 2 M.2 slots. Now, people were upset about that because the old one had 3. Now, as you've noticed, they redesigned it again, and now this has 3 M.2 slots again because people cared. And people would not buy the new one because they couldn't put all their storage into it. So Lenovo is designing these for long-term customers. They're not designing them for, we got to get all of the MacBook people to come over to our scene and bolster our market share. They just care about core, like, serious whatever people, work people, enthusiasts, whatever. That's what this is for. It's not for Mac users. That's what like the ThinkBooks are trying to appeal to. That's Lenovo's, well, we want to give like our enterprise stuff to people who care about the way their devices look. That's what the X1 was originally for. But then they realized that people don't really like the whole black plastic look or feel. So they're like, well, we'll make the ThinkBooks, and that'll appeal to those people more. And I mean, the newer ThinkBooks, they are nice. I used one actually for a while. I didn't actually talk about it on the channel, but it was the 13-inch AMD one, and it was okay. I mean, the main issue with them is just battery runtime, but they literally cut the battery down on those things because they can't put more battery in them and maintain what they're looking for, which is, oh, well, it looks like a Mac, so I'm going to buy it because it looks kind of like a Mac, but it's a professional notebook. So, yeah, that's why it doesn't look modern, if that's what you were asking. It's not in the design. That's that's the end of it. Now, of course, would I complain if Lenovo like upped their design a little bit, put a 16-inch screen on here, whatever? Not necessarily, but also consideration. Think about this. This is a heavy computer. If you drop this thing and it has no bezel and the whole frame bends in because you dropped it on a corner, this damages the bezel. Your screen works still. But if you drop the laptop, it's got a 16-inch screen all the way to the edge, all the way around, and it looks pretty. You drop it, and it hits on the screen wrong, your screen is gone, and now you have to spend like $200, $300 on a new panel. So, was it worth it? No. This laptop is heavy. It's like 6 pounds. So you're dropping like a 6-pound weight on the ground, and you're expecting it not to break with a bunch of like thin edges everywhere. That's not going to happen, especially like this is sturdy because it's stout and thick and everything. Like everything is, except this, you know, everything is built good. So I like it. I'm a big fan of this machine. This is like kind of hardware that gets me excited. Not like, oh, but we put LED array on the back so you can have a funny face on your computer. That's not interesting to me. I don't think that's cool. I think that's just gimmicky. I think it's cool when I can buy a big beefy workstation computer, have it cool itself well, and get good performance out of it. I think that's awesome because you don't see that often. I mean, I was considering buying like a Dell Precision if this thing didn't work out because I wanted to try that out and see if Dell was making anything better. But this is pretty damn good, so I don't know if I'm going to do that. Hardware is the main thing for me. Yeah, I know a lot of the ThinkPad people care a lot about that. Also, I'm going to have to go on a tangent here one more time before we actually start diving into this more. When I talk about stress tests, you might be compelled to go, well, I'm not gaming on the computer, so I don't really care about the stress test. Not everything that's not a game. Well, there's stuff other than games that will load your system up. If you do CAD work, realistically, you could be pinning both components at the same time. And, you know, video games, sometimes when they're extracting assets or something live in the game, you need to have the overhead on the CPU and GPU to allow it to process all of that stuff in real time in the background without frame drops. Like, you need the thermal room, because if you don't have the room, you're putting performance in the bin for no reason. So, you know, obviously I'm going to repaste this, but that's just my opinion on it. How's the keyboard compared to the one on the X1 without the number pad? They're made to be used in the field as well, military field. Yeah, you're true. It's totally true, man. When they market the ThinkPad as a durable laptop, thick bezels look good. Yeah, totally. Yeah, it looks a whole lot better than the X1 that looks like if you dropped it, the whole thing would like shatter. How's the keyboard compared to the one on the X1? Yeah, okay, so this keyboard, way better. I kind of forgot what the actual keyboard felt like on the ThinkPads, but this is nice. Like, that feels solid. It feels good. It doesn't feel like it's got like that slight kind of shallow mushiness to it, which I understand a lot of people wouldn't really like on the X1. So, I mean, I don't know if I'd even call it mushiness necessarily. It didn't feel as nice as this. So, what's my words per minute? I can get up to 120 if I try. Otherwise, I don't know. Just depends. Got the Legion 5 Ryzen 7 4800H 1660 Ti eBay after the link you sent me. But I got this 983 tax, included free shipping. What's your thoughts on the Y version? What do you mean? The message made earlier is open box. That's why I got so cheap. I also negotiated price to 900. Well, that's cool. Good for you, man. I don't know what you mean Y version, but that's good. Oh, let's run through the BIOS actually, because last time I talked about a ThinkPad and we looked at the BIOS, I found interesting things, and this BIOS is probably just as interesting. I have been in the BIOS already, and I changed it to text only mode because I don't like the graphical one and it lags. So we'll go through the text only BIOS, and of course, in a system where you are concerned about GPU performance, you would want MUX. And as some of you may be aware, Asus laptops with AMD processors and just some of their Intel ones don't have MUX. Now, that is curious on a gaming machine where you care a lot about graphics performance that they don't put MUX in, or at least don't have the graphics card directly hooked up to the CPU to override the iGPU at all times. But in this computer, you'll see very shortly, we have MUX again. So you can literally switch full-time over the dedicated graphics card, even though it's modular. There you go. Dedicated graphics. Done. All you need to do. Literally. We're good. Whoops. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same as the X1. It's just pretty standard stuff. You can disable hyper-threading. Whatever. Not very interesting. Simple UEFI mods soon, maybe. Did you get the ThinkPad dock to go with it? No, I didn't. But I'm thinking about getting it if this ends up being a long-term unit. I'll get like a Thunderbolt 4 dock or something, or Thunderbolt 3. Is the key travel still 1.5 millimeters? I'm not entirely sure, but I do have my caliper, so I can check. We'll set this to 1.5 and we'll push down and see what happens. All right, so caliper is set to 1.5 millimeters. I'll reset it here. Now I'll loosen it. And we'll push down all the way. Okay. I would say that we're about 1.5 because, wait, that's a horrible methodology. What the hell am I doing? Sorry, guys. I'm going to actually do this correctly. Oh, I better close it first. Reset. Oh, they have deeper key travel than actually on the edge of the keyboard. To be entirely honest, it looks more like 1 millimeter. I'm not sure. I don't think it's 1.5 though. Does the camera still look good? Oh, like the webcam? Simple UEFI mods? Yeah, maybe. We tried to get bypass working on the T14A1, but didn't work at all. Going through FIT might be a similar story in the Intel boards. Yeah. I would not be surprised. That sounds about right. If ThinkPad can have MUX, then there'd be no excuse for other manufacturers to not have one. I agree. I totally agree, man. No reason not to do so. Anyway, let's run some other stuff. Also, I have to fix the display scaling because now it's at like 125. There we go. So, we'll run up 3D Mark. This should pretty easily outperform the Blade 14 in terms of graphics. So, the webcam. Okay. Webcam-wise, I don't know. Let me take a look. Let's see. You guys always ask me to test the webcam. No. It's fine. It works. I would say it's probably not the best webcam I've ever used on a laptop, just immediately from that test. But like it looks a little desaturated, but it's fine. It'll work. Try removing the DGPU and see if the system still works. The DGPU is under the cooler, so I can't really do that without invalidating the cooling for now. So when I get the replacement, I might do that, but I won't do that today. But I am interested in trying to do that, so I'll see. We'll run TimeSpy. Are you buying these all out of pocket, or is Lenovo sending you the review units? So if you check the description, I do have an integrity notice there. I do purchase basically all the systems I test on my own because I haven't really attempted to contact Lenovo since I had like 4K subs. And I'm kind of waiting to hit 10 before I do that. So once I hit 10K, I might actually solicit them for review units. But for now, yeah, I just bought this. Again, I'm looking for a work computer. So CPU has its own cold plate hold down. Shouldn't be a problem. Well, I know, but it still invalidates the GPU cooling. Again, I'll do it when the new one shows up, which shouldn't be too long. I forgot to skip the demo. Whatever. Cool demo. Let's just Kodoski checking out his own stream. Yeah. Anyway, enough of that noise. So yeah, let's talk about the upgradable GPU a little bit, because why not? Parts. So let's look. So we have internal PCIe card. There we go. Compatible. Oh, I have to go here to do that. There. So you can see the T15G. You can get like one of the quadros, or you can get a 3070 or 3080. And you can see here, this is the format for the card. It's very irregular. You got VRMs here and everything. This is the 3080 and this is the 3070. And we'll just take a look at both of them. You can see they're basically identical. I think they might have like just a slight difference in board layout, but also look how freaking crooked that VRM is. Jesus Christ. What does the GPU have? I have a 3070. This is running at 100 watts, so pretty solid. I haven't checked to see what type of GDDR6 it has, but I imagine it's probably like Samsung or something. I do think it's interesting that they have this plate here. You should check at least power rails on the board with a multimeter and check if it's MXM pinout. I could probably do that. Yeah, because I'm setting this one back, I'll do that. For sure. 100%, man. Because if it's MXM pinout, then you could totally just make an adapter board for it, and that'd be hilarious. I think the only thing that would concern me is VBIOS. But that might also be that it literally doesn't have the same pinout because the VBIOS needs to go over those rails, so I don't know. Curious how well the heatsink's covering those VRMs at all. We'll take a look at that in a second here. What do you think about the XPS 17? I think it's okay. It's just not serving a market I care about. I would love to see a bunch of NVMe slots instead of a DGPU. Dude, that would be awesome. Just like 3 SSDs crammed under the heat plate. Dude. You could literally have a dedicated cooler for your SSD. But yeah, so let's take a look. Cooler, because someone's asking about that. So, look at the one on my model, because that'll be more easy, because I can just be like, okay. No, I need to look at the alternative. So, you can see there's some pads there, I think. This is for the CPU, by the way. This is the GPU. Now let's compare this to the picture of the VRMs. Just load these side by side here. Maybe, if I can find it. There we go. So, you can see we've got our L shape of VRM cooling. We've got these coolers for, I think, like some sort of trimmers or MOSFETs or something. We've got, trying to wrap my head around how this is laid out. We've got cooling for, yeah, we've got cooling for these VRMs. We've got cooling for all of this, basically. Yeah, everything is thermal padded, so pretty good. Should be more than okay. Before I close the stream, could you post hardware info 64 hardware dump to RTP? Yeah, I'll do that. I will do that, sir. But yeah, so you can see we have this here and we have these little pads. That's not very good VRM cooling, but I guess it is what it is. I don't really know. I haven't looked at the board. Let me look at the board here. Oh, is there a benchmark done? Okay, here's our board. And where's our CPU? There it is. Chipset's on the opposite side. So CPU, where's our cooler again? CPU, VRMs. Yeah, they've all got thermal pads. I'm fine with it. Looks fine. Thank you. See you later. You're an amazing tech reviewer. First time I'm ever going to invest my money in Tier 3 Patreon. Damn, thank you, dude. Really appreciate that. Holy crap. Yeah, so that's our GPU score. This is not overclocked, though. So it's going to be a little different than the Razer score, because the Razer score is a slight overclock, which I can always apply here, too. But just load this up real quick. Card was declined. Do you accept debit cards? That would be a Patreon thing. I don't know why your card would get declined. Graphics card is not recognized. Okay. Oh, okay. That's actually a better score than I've gotten on my Blade in general. 9501 versus... Holy crap, that's way better. Add to compare. And add to compare. Yes, the graphics score is obviously higher on the Blade because... Oh, I'm not on the right cam? I'm sorry, guys. Okay. So on the left is the Blade 14. On the right is this laptop. We got a 9708 versus 9501. You can see that our graphics tests are sometimes better on the Blade by a little bit, but we have a 20% better CPU score, which the CPU, oh god, the CPU performance on the Blade is actually thermal limited. So the fact that we're getting a better CPU performance score, even without any sort of undervolting on this computer, is pretty damn impressive. And, you know, obviously our graphics score is really close considering that we haven't overclocked at all. We're within 2%. So overclock would probably put us over the edge. And this is officially my fastest laptop other than the Legion 5 Pro, which the Legion 5 Pro absolutely shreds benchmarks. But I'm not really looking for that level of performance. And I would almost rather have a plastic computer. Thank you, Anonymous. That's really appreciated, dude. But yeah, so that's pretty good. I'm impressed with that. We can always do some overclocking later. So yep, 3D Mark's done. We'll close out of that. And is there anything else you guys want to see specifically? I don't think anyone's buying this computer to play The Sims on it, so I won't be too hyped to test that necessarily. Oh, I could actually do some like disassembly on the computer, and you guys could take a look at the upgrade options and stuff, because no one's actually done that yet. So let's do that. If you guys do come up with something you want to see, let me know. But otherwise, I'll just shut the computer down and we'll start pulling things apart. "101 wacky computer jokes." Shut down, please. It's blinking. Now we're off. Cool. So unplug. Now, interestingly, this system, when you have a 300-watt power brick plugged into it through Lenovo, it says it's a 255-watt brick. Not precisely sure why that occurs, but it does. My chat's probably fine. I've had chat freeze before, and I don't know if it's frozen or you guys are just paying attention to what I'm doing. Let's refresh just to be safe. It should. I don't know, though. Patreon might be picky about that for some reason. So yeah, this is a door on the bottom. And okay, so before we get too far into this, the vents are largely unblocked in this computer. Like, you can basically access everything. Well, there's a lot of airflow, and that's why the cooling's so good. There's little to no impedance. This is my IC Diamond. Cool. We'll use that later. Well, on the new unit when it arrives. Well, I suppose I could test it on this one, but I don't really want to do that. Here's the inside. Obviously, it's got airflow so that the RAM doesn't like cook itself to death. Okay. So, we have two. Let me get a little closer. This camera stand's a bastard. Come on. There we go. Oh, we're super uneven. Oh, I'm on top of a clock. There we go. So, you can see here we have two M.2 slots. They appear to be compatible with double-sided SSDs, so you could install like a 4 or 8 terabyte drive probably in here, no problem, which is awesome. I can tell they're double-sided because they've got thermal pads like on here already, so that's generally a good sign. We have our DIMMs here on the back. I think they're probably just, yeah, they're both on the bottom here. So this is one of our 16 gig DIMMs. Do you resell these or keep them? I keep the ones I like and I resell the ones I don't, basically. Or I resell the ones I covered just because I wanted to cover them on the channel, which I do have some computers where I just do want to cover them on the channel. But yeah, so that's the bottom panel here. Now I'm going to remove these screws. There's 2 screws here. They're not marked, unfortunately, but 2 screws here and here. Can't see them. There. This is the other one. So you remove these 2 screws, or just loosen them, technically, actually, because you can't remove them. They're captive. All the screws on the bottom are captive, I'm pretty sure. Then you open the computer up, and you just kind of push the screen forward. You might need to use a little pry tool just to push it and separate it, and you can see it pops. You'll push it forward all the way until it stops, and then you can lift it up and pull it away and flip the keyboard down. Cool. And now we have this panel here, and this is actually covering a non-captive screw right here, actually. I think there's 3, yeah, three non-captive screws. I'm using a Phillips one here, by the way. These are all the same length, it appears. Putting these all on a magnet so I don't lose them. But yeah, so once those are removed, I believe I should just be able to slide this and then it will open. Or something. To just pull off. No, it slides forward, I'm pretty sure. Yep. So this slides forward and all way. There's our SSD thermal pad. We got our PCIe 4 SSD there, which is actually not Samsung. I thought it was, but it's not. And then we've got 2 spots for SODIMMs here. Cool. We've got little pads to cover them up. We have our WLAN card. It's our AX210. And we have a WAN card right on the side there. Let me just slide this back in place. Remember, you shouldn't need to be rough with it. But yeah, so you can see the cooler actually through here. See the copper everywhere. I don't know if that's super visible on camera. But there's like copper plates visible all over the place. And that's part of the cooling. And I think also like heat spreaders and stuff to try and get hot spots off of the device. So that there's not like anywhere on the computer that's 200 degrees thermonuclear kind of crap, you know? Overall, pretty robust and well designed so far. Very easy to service. Now, personally, I would probably put those RAM sticks on the inside, but there might be a reason why they're out there. Like that doesn't boot if there's no RAM on the outside or something. I don't know. I suppose it's easier to replace if it's just in the service panel, but whatever. Settle the screws, make sure they're not in the way. Now I just need to kind of slide the keyboard back in place. It's kind of awkward to do, but can do it. Come on. Christ. No, I don't. Yeah, I'm actually. Oh, that's why I was jammed. Yeah, make sure to push the whole keyboard down before you start yanking on it, because then it will actually click in. There. All in place. All closed back up. Fairly easy. Just a little bit of a learning curve. Usually they only populate the other keyboard slots for the factory. Okay. How are you so confident? I'm scared of opening this extra laptop my dad rarely uses. It's because I have accidental damage coverage on this. So if I break it, I don't feel bad. And it's also because I do a lot of laptop teardown in general. So I kind of know what I'm doing. It's basically all the same. So I don't ever get too scared doing it, basically. It is sometimes scary, but usually not. Easy upgrade, that's where the RAM's outside. Yeah. You're all right. Okay, so... oh, crap. I didn't screw the keyboard back down. Whoops. So, yep, I'll have to pull the panel off again. Come on. Get off there. Screw the keyboard down. Oh, God, that's actually warped. It's supposed to be like that? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. I thought I damaged something, but no, the laptop just bends down like that. You can see that here. Yeah. I don't know if you could actually see it, but it does bend down a little. Good. All right. Back in place. Panel's a little flimsy, floppy right over here, but I can always fix that later by just bending the piece. Not too concerned. Whoops. There we are. Back to normal. Okay. My Lenovo keeps wanting to do a BIOS update. How do I know it's not a virus? Your computer will validate the signature of the BIOS, so if it does do a BIOS update, it can't install a hacked BIOS, so you're fine. It has security in place to make sure it's actually from Lenovo, so. Okay, so that's upgrade options. I didn't actually tear it apart to look at the heatsink, but like there's nothing under there. So if I go and decide to repaste it, it'll be a bit of work to get in there because you have to take pretty much everything out to actually touch the cooler and everything. So, well, actually, no, I don't think you need to. Whatever. I just don't see a reason to do that right now. Unless you guys really want to see it. You guys really, really, really want to see the inside of the bottom? There's basically nothing there for upgrade. So, but, you know, if you want to see the cooler actually in the system, sure, but that's literally all you would see is just, oh, there's the cooler. When I do a repaste thing, I'll show that, but should get a new chair at some point. This chair kind of sucks. It's missing an arm. Let's do a hardware info report, which was already requested by somebody. Turn this off. Is there any... We can run Cinebench, I suppose. We should also check on battery performance and see if that's any good. So I need a report. What did he say? What kind of report? Hardware dump. Okay. I'll just say HTML is fine. I'll just call this okay, and I will post that to Funny World. Cool. All right. Try running the heaviest and most resource-intensive game on this laptop. I mean, that's kind of what the stress test does. Is there any particular reason why you want me to run a game? Because I don't really have any super resource-intensive games. I could download like Cyberpunk, but I don't think that's that intensive on the GPU. BeamNG Max settings spawn a bunch of cars. That's a good idea. Let's do that. Good idea. I think I'll do traffic. Virtual machine warning. Hyper-V is active. Okay. I would say BeamNG is pretty intensive. It can be. For sure. Oh, one thing I should talk about with the ThinkPad X1 Extreme or the P1 Gen 4 or whatever. The actual palm rest on the bottom, it comes out to like a wedge, like a very thin wedge, and because of that, they didn't put many screws there. And because they don't have many screws, the chassis creaks a lot when you rest your hand here. It's super annoying. You can feel it, you can hear it, it's loud. I got sick of it and stopped using the computer. So, yeah. Overall, kind of a pass from me on the X1 Extreme. Very disappointing in general. So, traffic should hit CPU a bit. Yeah, I'll use traffic. Yeah, overall, I was not impressed with that computer. It's very kind of bad, which is unfortunate. So, a load up hardware info too, so that I can see what's actually going on. Yeah, so basically, let me try to think of how this is easiest explained. The GPU is running at such a high level. The CPU is running at such a high level that any high-end game you throw at this thing is going to outperform something like the Blade 14. So look at Blade 14 benchmarks on the 3070 and then go, okay, so it's faster than that. So, I mean, if you look up like Jared's Blade 14 3080 testing, it should be similar. I don't know if he has any systems that were like 65 watts, 100 watts, or 110 watts. So you could always just take a look. I'm not entirely sure, though, because he does a ton of game benchmarking. So look for something with similar thermal performance where it's like it can do 50 watts sustained on stress and 100 watts sustained, well, on stress on the CPU and 100 watts sustained on the GPU. And there you go. Lighting quality ultra. Okay. Yeah, so CPU is already kind of high. Which I should actually check. What is using all of our CPU? Oh, it's just BeamNG is using a lot of CPU, doing not much. GPU 0. Oh yeah, we only have one. Okay, so I'll spawn some traffic in. Gameplay. We'll set a lot of cars. Use vehicle pooling, yes. We have a lot of memory, so I'll just get away with doing that. Traffic. Spawn police. Let me hide some of these so that we can see the GPU right away. Oh boy, CPU is running at 68 watts right now. We are very much CPU limited. Holy crap. Oh, but we're coming back. It's coming back slowly. Yeah, GPU is only running at about 55, 60 watts right now. We are running, like very pinned right now. I don't know what kind of clocks we're at, but I'll hide this here so that I can see CPU clocks. There. Yeah, we're running at about 4.1 gigahertz right now. And we are, thermal throttling, obviously. So performance is going to be a little unstable, but 60 watts. Now we're at around 80 watts in the GPU. I might have to reduce the number of cars. Let me actually freeze this. Yeah. The car count is really cranking the computer hard here. Let's get a nicer car. This is actually a really ideal BeamNG laptop because it's got the numpad. Can read this. Must be really smart. How about the noise? I've heard a lot of people annoyed with the noise of the G1. It's honestly just like a gentle whooshing. It's not like jet engine loud by any means. Oh god, the cops are after me, guys. They're in my mirror. Oh, I lost my bumper. What happened? No, car, stop trying to brake. They'll never catch me. Function left of the control key is upsetting. Yeah, that's just how ThinkPads do it. You can swap them. Up, fans are cranking now. Much louder than before. It's not really having much impact though, because I think we're mainly limited in terms of the thermal compound at the moment. So our core clocks have dropped a little bit. We're down like 3.9 because the CPU is throttling down. It actually, the power limits haven't dropped at all. We're still at like a 109 watt limit. So Lenovo does not have CPU power limiting on this computer at all, which is wild. Let me actually freeze this so you can, I'll zoom in, you guys can see the numbers a little better. Is that visible at all? No. Christ. There, that should be somewhat readable. But yeah, you can see cooling wise, we're kind of capping out. GPU is warm, but that's just because, again, compound sucks. We're pretty toasty, but we have no power limit. We're still at 109 watts, 115 watts. So we could seriously keep going with this and do some crazy crap in terms of performance. Plus, we have the i9, so we can do like 5 gigahertz for no reason. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, the bus hit me. No, bus, stop. Everyone needs to watch above 480 to read, yeah. You can try Metro Exodus. No, I don't have Metro Exodus. I'm sorry. Is that really like bench? Is that really heavy stress or? Dude, this car is busted. Yeah, this is impressive. I mean, we're running with 12 cars and it's playable. That's in part because we have an 8-thread processor, but you know. This is definitely a computer you could like liquid metal and feel good about it. I don't know if the heat plate is copper though, so I don't know. You might have to add like a copper shim of some kind. Ah. Oh god, the cops are everywhere. Get out of the way. I don't know if the game will pick up through the mic, but I get distracted here. Oh crap. We're racing. Jesus Christ. We're going in excess of 100 miles an hour here. Oh, jeez. Brakes, 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 brakes. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. We're good. Holy crap. We're gonna get hung up on this bridge. Oh, we're good. Whew. See how long I can keep this going for. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. Suspension's messed up now. I don't know how long we're gonna stay alive here. Oh, God. Our stability control's starting to screw us. No, 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 no. Oh. Dude, I can't go very fast anymore. Cop car. Whoa. Oh, I did it. I crashed through. Jesus Christ. We gotta find a road to turn off to. Okay, okay. I'm sorry. I'm kind of invested in this now. I haven't crashed yet. Can I make it? Can I make it? Can I make it? No. Roll back over. Roll back over. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Go, 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 go. No, no, no. Oh, go, go, go. Ah, damn. Oh, but I'm totally good, though. Kodowski and Fast and Furious, yeah. Come on, get out of there. I'm stuck. See if I can't haul myself out. Let's turn off the stability control. Yeah, car still works. Cool. Yeah, let's go back to conversation here. Sorry for the distraction there. No weird frame drops or anything. No, actually. Frame drops are pretty good. Well, no, that's not what I mean. There was no noticeable like performance dropping or anything, actually. It was pretty much hugging 100C, but it was good. How's it so smooth for a laptop? Doesn't look like it's meant for gaming. Literally, don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah, no kidding. You bring this thing to like a little gaming club or something. People are gonna be like, "You have a ThinkPad?" But I mean, dude, this thing rips. If you get the 17-inch version, it'll probably have even better GPU cooling for some reason. Apparently, that has a higher TGP level, so. Although I'm not entirely sure if that's true. Michael, you like the Blade 14? You're looking for a gaming laptop? I mean, Blade 14 is perfectly fine as long as you're aware of the Razer warranty issues. But there are other options, of course. And actually, after gaming a little bit, I do feel some warm spots, but it's not anything too concerning. It's just in the spots you would kind of expect that to be, so not too upset about that. What GPU is this thing? Oh crap! Yeah, hold on. I'll update the description here with some links. I really should have done that before I started. What is this stupid Lenovo affiliate? I gotta put my Lenovo affiliate link in there because there's no Amazon links, so sorry. Impact. I'll post a link to the one I have here. Directly, hopefully. See if I can make a direct link, I don't know. To the same model. OLED. Okay. I want the, oh my god, stop. 3080. Where's the, oh there it is. I think this is the same one. Yeah, this is the same one. Okay. Can I just type this in and hit this? I'll just make the account. Here we go. So link, create, T15g 2. So there's a link that sends you directly to the T15G2. I have this model. And this is the one with the 11950H 500 nit 1080p panel. We have two 16 gig DIMMs of DDR4. We have one PCIe Gen 4 1 terabyte SSD. We have a 230 watt power brick, a RTX 3070 with 8 gigs of VRAM. That runs at 110 watts boost at 100 watts sustained. We have an IR Hello sign-in camera. We have a fingerprint reader, and we have a backlit US English keyboard and number pad. Holy cow, this is 2K plus USD. Yeah, it's expensive. But if you use a affiliate link, you can get it cheaper. There are ways to use those. If you have perks at work through your work, you can use perks at work. That's what I generally use. Otherwise, you can look for some stuff online. There's ways to get access to cheaper Lenovo laptops through Lenovo.com if you try. But that's what I'll say about that. So I'll put that in the description real quick. How do I do that? Where's my edit button? There we go. T15g Gen 2 Lenovo ThinkPad P15 Gen 2. Oh, I need to have a P15 Gen 2. So the P15 Gen 2 is cheaper, just so you're aware, but you won't get as good of graphics performance, so bear that in mind. There we go. Updated the description with all that info. We might as well pin this. Well, this thing is a legit GPU. Yeah, it does. Keep in mind, used laptops not all good, so you need to be watching out if you head for used laptops. I wouldn't be that worried about it. eBay has good policies and everything, so don't worry about it. But yeah. So I have the link to the laptop pinned here. We also have a link to that in the description. So if you are looking for the laptop, you can find it there. And yeah. So anyway, BeamNG runs good, obviously. You guys want to see Grand Theft Auto run flawlessly in a ThinkPad? 'Cause I know I do. No longer will ThinkPad users be forced to have bad performance when they can just buy this laptop. There you go. My cousin got my gaming laptop, and how can I convince him to open it and start it up to check before he brings it all the way to the other side because I can't return it? Send him the video of the 7i hinge thing. That should be a good thing. Or just send him the little clip where I show that the palm rest is broken here, and I got a replacement coming already for it. Because stuff does get broken sometimes from the factory. It was kind of unamusing when I noticed that, but, you know, it is what it is. Also, I haven't tried, but I could raise this laptop up or put it in like a, you know, like a laptop cooling stand that keeps a lot of air flowing on the bottom. And that would probably help with the cooling temperatures. It would probably bring them down. You could also probably just install some like plastic feet to flip down on the bottom. And then you would have way more elevation in the back. Like on the back, you could have a feet that lifted up like this. And then, holy crap, that's airflow plus there. Why does the audio sound like it's in like 8-bit mode? Windows decided to update my network drivers and break your connection. Dude, that sucks. My connection is soon out. That's not good. I'll say that's calibrated. Why does the audio sound so bad? That's bizarre. What happened to my cloud save? I have a cloud save. I don't know why it's not on here. Their audio doesn't sound like it's in like... Oh, it does still. I guarantee it's just Vantage. Doing some... Vantage doing some weird crap with the audio settings or something. I'll fix that here. Oh, it's upgrading. Cool. Vantage, let me at the audio settings, please. That sounds horrible. Jesus Christ. Oh, the speakers are super quiet without that. Okay, well that's why it sounds bad. Or is GTA just mixed really low? Well, it's not even supposed to be loud. What? Sure, story mode. This should just load the game. Did you do Digmo's test of running without the DGPU? No, I won't be doing that until I go to repaste things and stuff, so... Oh, that's the same. That's a shame, dude. But yeah, so... Yeah, the speakers in this thing are not very powerful. So, if you were caring about speaker quality, this is probably not the system for you, but our graphics settings are really low. Well, obviously, yeah. Come on. Jesus Christ. Oh, we're not even DirectX 11. Holy, everything is like really low. I don't know why nothing can detect what GPU this is. It's very strange. This is so laggy. Holy crap. Restart the game again. Oh yeah, you missed the BeamNG test. I ran from the cops for a long time. 60 hertz? Yeah, this is a 60 hertz display. I might need to turn off VSYNC because I might be screwing it up, but I don't know. Pause menu is always laggy, yeah. It wasn't like picking up inputs, which was really strange. Pretty sure the keyboard's fine though. I'll have to double check it. I might have messed something up. No, it's fine. Also, geez, this audio is legitimately bad. It sounds like I'm listening to like like 1440p. No, it sounds like when Twitter hasn't gone to high quality video yet. That's kind of what it sounds like. But just that's the speakers. VSync really worth it? I mean, yeah. If you're having screen tearing, it is. So now we're on really high. Oh, I don't even have VSync on. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Ah, da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. We're not listening to the radio. I don't know how to turn it off quickly. Go away. No. Oh, my God. There we go. Okay, we're good. Sorry. I'm sorry for ruining your ears there, but I gotta keep the copyrighted stuff off the stream. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to get I don't want to get this demonetized, so I made a little noise. It looks laggy. Yeah, there's some frame drops. I'm not quite sure what it is. But overall gameplay wise, it's very smooth other than like the occasional frame drops, which I imagine are just from the CPU throttling. Yeah, it's definitely just like CPU, or maybe it's storage. I'm not entirely sure. It's probably just a combination of CPU and storage. We are running at like ultra, so I'm not entirely surprised that we're having issues with throttling. Since GTA has a lot of unzipping it needs to do when you load new areas, so. Is it because of Optimus mode? No, we're actually in dedicated graphics mode right now, so Optimus wouldn't be causing stuttering. You have a beautiful voice, thank you. I could also, I can use the point, and I can shoot out of my car. See, this is the real reason they have this, is so that you can shoot people in Grand Theft Auto. Oh. Come on. Jesus Christ. Well, that guy died. Why is this not letting me click? There we go. We did it, guys. We did it, boys. I don't have any cover. Oh god. Frame drop. Drop. Oh, I died. Frame drops remind me of when my PC froze. I smashed the keyboard in my palm. As soon as I was going to, it slowed down. Wonder if just having RAM on the bottom is causing issues. That's a good question. I didn't actually check if we were dual channel or not. Let me double check. Let's look. Are we? Yeah, we're in dual channel. We're fine. It's not because of that. It's not RAM, unfortunately. I'm not entirely sure what it is. It's probably just CPU hitching because we're thermal throttling. If I set like a TDP limit below, it probably wouldn't do that. Actually, yeah, let's test that hypothesis. So I'm going to load up ThrottleStop. And I'm going to set it to something lower than what it'll cause it to throttle, and then we'll be pretty much good. ThrottleStop. Okay. So turn on. Now our current power limit is 109, but I'm going to set this to 40 watts. I also need to load up hardware info 64 and check sensor data. Okay, that did not that did not apply. Maybe it did. I don't know. Let's see. No, it's not applying. Why is that? Oh, I think I know why. Okay, so I'll go in here, disable. Okay. Is ThrottleStop really getting ignored right now? Come on. Really? Christ. Reset this. Let's see if it'll spike up above 40. Dun 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 dun. Bum bum bum. There we go. Radio off. Oh, it is limiting. Duh. I'll set this back to 135. Cool. So we're fine then. So now we're limited, and we aren't throttling anymore. So now we should be good to play. It shouldn't stutter again, and I seriously doubt it will. Actually, let me actually limit the FPS to be VSync. And then it really shouldn't do that anymore. Because part of the issue might just be that it's like pinning. Come on, down, 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 down. Over. Wow, this is so laggy right now. There, now the game's running correctly. Oh, it's still going over my limit. Oh yeah, it's because I lifted the boost too. I'll set it to 45, 45. Yeah, this in general should prevent throttling. Is ThrottleStop the solution to every throttle? If so, I'm glad I know. ThrottleStop works for Intel, and generally you can adjust power limits and stuff, which will fix throttling in terms of like unstable performance, but it won't like give you performance you wouldn't otherwise have if the cooler was working correctly. So this is more so just, does the computer work well when it's not like puking its guts out? And it does. Oh god. Where? I need my car. Where's my car? There it is. Let's go get my car. Is there anything else you guys want to see on this computer? Like any benches? Oh yeah, we gotta run Cinebench still, but other than Cinebench maybe? Dude, this card blows. Give me your car. Stop. Give me your car. No, not you. sweet. Now I can get my car. Oh, great. Now I have a star. That'll probably go over really well with the cops at the impound. Jeez. Oh, not under the police watch again. Boot Ubuntu. Yeah, good idea. Booting Linux OS to do something because they're supposed to be light. People just want to see it run to make sure it works right. Why are the cops flashing over here? Let's get this guy, everybody. Oh, I messed up. I missed. This guy does not fall off his bike, does he? Alright, we'll go out and get the thing. RGB gives you more FPS, true. I think this is the impound. Where do I get my car? What? I don't get it. Where is it? What? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we'll boot Ubuntu. One thing I like about ThinkPads, yeah, I like that too. Yeah, this is just generally ideal gaming because you don't have any flashy crap and it just looks good. So I guess my car is back at my house now, which I didn't really want that, but whatever. I'm not hitting pedestrians at all. I'm stuck. I didn't hit anybody. Woohoo, gaming. I can't see anything. Get out of the way, I'm blind. Ah, I can't see. I just Austin Powers my car. Well, so much for that. Would it perform this good if you were streaming on the laptop? I mean, not literally the same, but I don't see a reason why it wouldn't be able to stream okay. So we can load up Ubuntu. Dude, you guys got in the way. We are partying. We're at the Taco Bomb. Get some tacos. Okay. Oh, run, run. Do, 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 do. Use an Intel HD 4000 mobile and i5 CPU with a capture card, like record on Legion 5. If you have a capture card, I mean, sure, but the main thing you'll run into trouble with is encoding. If you don't have trouble with encoding on the system, then you're fine, but just depends. Anyway, let's fire up something else. I had enough silent fun with Grand Theft Auto 5, so we'll boot up Ubuntu or something like that, and see how things go. Does this have Ubuntu on it? I'm not sure. Please insert a USB drive. Okay. I gotta find a flash drive here. Play Rocket League. I could. Do you guys want to see Rocket League? I can play it. I'm fine with that. I didn't know ThrottleStop still worked. It does, you just can't undervolt. That's the distinction. Oh, it's literally not allocated. Okay, so that's the problem. Rufus. I already have an Ubuntu ISO downloaded, so I can just flash it to this drive I have and boot off of it. So I'll do that in a second here. Bum 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 bum. Is Rocket League free? Oh. Yeah, it is. Oh, I have to install Epic? I should have got it when it was on Steam. Kind of screwed myself there, didn't I? Okay, so I'm going to put Ubuntu. Make that GPT. Okay. Buy now. Yeah. You already own this item. Oh. May as well install it. Got GTA. Yeah, I have both those games. I do look sometimes, but I might actually have something that's worth benching on Epic. I don't know. Did I get? I think I got like The Witcher or something actually recently. No, I didn't. Gaming laptop? Actually, it is. This laptop can actually do about like 60 watts, 100 watts, Jared. And that's CPU, GPU respectively. It's pretty impressive. And that's without me tweaking anything. I mean, it's still got the bad paste and not lifted or anything like that. So I'm pretty good for a workstation. Bam, 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 bam. Bum, 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 bum. Man, it's warm in here. All right. Library. Oh yeah, I have Control. That's what I had. We could play Fortnite. Thonkpad, Chonkpad, yeah. Can I check the temp with my thermometer? You mean like my camera or the IR thermometer? Because I can just check with the camera, the IR camera, and that should be pretty accurate. Both. Well, I don't know where the yellow thing is, but I know where my camera is, so I'll go and get that later. Well, near the end of the stream or something. How long have we been streaming? So, close to 2.25 hours. Okay. We could probably go another 45 minutes or something and then call it. Oh, God. Big download. Man, I am just warm. What's your download speed? My download speed's around 50 megabytes per second down. It's pretty good. It's supposed to be like 400, but we get way more than we're supposed to for some reason. Missed call. Okay. Product links in the description, by the way, if you just joined. I'm not sure if anyone's just joining right now, but all that stuff's in the description if you want to check out the T15G, give it a buy. Those links are affiliate links, and they do support the channel, so I do appreciate it. Congratulations, we just matched your cashback bonus. Cool, thanks, Discover Card. Oh, man, it's freaking hot. I also have a Twitter. You can follow it. I just say stupid stuff on it all the time. Not really. I don't ever post on there hardly, so The Code Husky Twitter account where garbage is posted. Like, Bitcoin. Why would you bite a coin? Isn't that bad for your teeth? Hashtag Bitcoin. Like that kind of quality. Anyway. Dude, you pay $70 for 1 gigabit up down? Damn. That is cheap. Where do you live? I can hardly get like 30 up. 1 gigabit up? That's like enterprise. Are you in like Japan or something? Because I know Japan has really insane upload. You pay 150 odd for 1 gigabit down, 50 up? Yeah, that sounds about right. 150 odd's not bad though for that. At least compared to US pricing. I'm paying, well, my dad is paying and I'm paying part of it. Like around $100 and something per month for 400 down, like 20 up. So 100 USD. So I don't know how that converts. I don't remember. 150. Yeah, so for what I'm paying, you're getting a considerably better connection, Jared. Looks like USB's done. $100 is a lot. Yeah, it is. It's a lot to pay for a internet connection, but it's the best I can get in the area right now. So it is what it is, I guess. Also, this is a HP recovery stick that I was sent for free, and I hacked it to be a normal flash drive, so now I just use it for installers. It's pretty awesome. $150 megabit per second 4G no data caps for $400 a year. Huh. That's a little less than $40 a month. That's pretty good, actually. Heck. Looks like our download of Rocket League's almost done. Probably have another like 30 seconds left, maybe. I think they have 5G now. That's nice. This actually has a spot for a WAN card, so you can have a LTE modem in this. And then you just have to remove the dummy punch on the side and install a micro SIM card tray, or just use the eSIM. Either way. So theoretically, I could just add my laptop to my data plan, and that would be pretty cool. Wait. What? That's shipping next business day now? What the hell? I got ripped off. All of the T15Gs are shipping next business day now. What the heck? Ah, dang. Dude, they have the i9 one next business day now? Oh. No, that's got to be a bug. That's totally a bug. That's not true. It is a bug. Oh. Yeah, it's totally a bug, dude. Let's get Rocket League going. Sorry, I'm looking at Lenovo site in the background. Ships on 8. What? Those were like 4-month lead time until today. What? That's insane. Oh, man. I don't think I can get the 1080p panel with the 3080 graphics, though. Let's see. Is there any 1080p 3080 options that are next business day? No. Well, I suppose I'm okay with it. Is there any like affordable OLED ones? Is this licensed music? Whatever. Ah, crap. Are we playing right now? No. Oh, all of the perks ones are 4 months. Okay. Nope. Actually, I'm wrong. That sucks. But, you know, honestly, I'm not that upset about it because that's still way more money for the 3080. Is there any OLED ones that are not a scam? Oh, yeah, that's what my sticking point was. Duh. Yeah, whatever. Next business day. Oh, it's Xeon. Yeah, okay. Alright, well, I'm not too upset about that. Let's choose a car. Do the normal one, I guess. Use a controller. I don't have a controller. I don't know how to play. Why am I being screwed? Well, I forgot how to play. Do I like click? Oh yeah. Where's the ball? Uh-oh. No one's gonna score at all. Sweet, I did it. I did it, guys. I got a goal against bots or something. Sweet. Can I mess with the graphics settings at all? Where's my vertical sync? Because this is horrible. There we go. Yeah, if you want to play Rocket League on this thing, it'll play Rocket League like every other computer ever made. Dude, no! One. Yeah, cool. Slowpoke. Cool, I won against the bots. Congratulations. Cool. Well, that works. Oh, we should install Minecraft so that I can make sure that the panel isn't bad. Now I can download the game. Let me just download it. Oh my god. So much work just to get to the frickin' installer. Yeah, we're gonna have to repaste this CPU. It's like peaking up to 90 for doing nothing. It's pretty bad. Come on. There we go. Minecraft. We'll run Cinebench and then we'll boot Ubuntu. Cinebench. Okay, store. Probably have to let the whole system cool off a bit. 109. 135. Apply, and then I'll disable power limit control. There we go. And then I'll turn this off and then close ThrottleStop because we don't need it anymore. We want to just see what the CPU will do on its own. No. Close. Close. Close Minecraft. CSGO. Yeah, I'll run CSGO. Still high-end shader and texture packs. Yeah, I could probably do that. We'll spend a good 10 minutes running Cinebench first, though. I just want to see what it does. I'll let the CPU cool off here, though. I think this is probably as cool as it'll get. It's still blowing hot air. Let that go a little longer. Yeah, it's probably good. We'll just run it. $69 watts. 75 watts. Whew. 73 watts. New channel idea, Track Point Gaming. Yeah. You could totally do it with this thing. Tell you what, though, I'm just happy I found a ThinkPad that wasn't completely disappointing. Because that X1 was a little discouraging. This is like the type of system I might liquid metal, which we might as well take a look at the components again just to see if that's even possible. And actually, upon looking closer, you totally could liquid metal this thing. You would probably want to add a foam barrier and conformal coat the chips, but you absolutely could liquid metal this system. I wouldn't be afraid to do it personally. Once I had actually done liquid metal before, though, I wouldn't just like go crazy and do it for the first time on like a $3,000 computer, but I would at least get used to doing liquid metal and then do it. Oh yeah, Anonymous, when Starlink actually is available in South Africa, you'll be pretty good. But yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with this computer so far. Glad to say I can like a ThinkPad once. My T480, although it was nice, it was a little underwhelming, so. Looks like we're settling in around 65 watts. Cores are still cooking because we have no power limit in place, so the computer's just cranking out watts and running like crazy, which is not necessarily a bad thing in like work applications. It's just not ideal for gaming. So that's why gaming laptops generally shouldn't do that. But for something that's targeting like CAD people, I mean, that's fine. They want the most performance as possible, so. Is Jared still here? No, I don't think Jared's still here, man. Oh, he might be. Anyway, yeah, I think once we run Ubuntu, though, that'll probably be about the end of the video here. Well, the live stream. Oh, you're really behind. Cinebench. Excuse me, I was drinking water. I'll go grab that thermal camera too, and we can do one last stress test. Be right back. I'll just play some music in the meantime. Alright, I'm back. Let's take a thermal image of the laptop here while it's running. We'll see how good it looks. Alright, so you can see here that our hotspots are, you know, we have the computer here, obviously. And generally the hotspots are more towards the top, and most of the keyboard deck is cool except for about like in the center here and those two hotspots, probably from like just a component there or something that's relevant, probably like the chipset or something. But yeah, you can see most of the computer is quite cool. I'll take some measurements here to see what the exact temps are. Now these are in Fahrenheit, so actually let me switch back to Celsius first, and then I'll look at my images. I think then they calibrate back. Yep, okay. Whoa, a lot of pings. Excuse me here, I'm trying to get a reading here. So in terms of like on the actual in-use parts of the computer, we have about like a maximum of 47 degrees Celsius. Average is about 37.5. On the actual bottom of the palm rest, on average, it's at about 33 degrees Celsius here. And I'll just drop a probe here. And you can see it's at about 32.8 degrees Celsius there. So really, it's not getting that hot. You have to keep in mind with plastics. Plastics do not conduct heat as well as like an aluminum chassis. So when you have something like 32 degrees Celsius, that feels cool if not a little warm. Because I think 32 degrees Celsius is around 89. And, you know, since this does not conduct heat quickly, that won't feel hot or cold or anything. Mainly because you have to keep in mind your body temperature is around like 90 something. So as long as your body is hotter than the thing you're touching, it'll be cooler. So now there's some sections up here that are like 50 degrees Celsius, but that's just because they get toasty right there. This is also not under combined load, so some of the keyboard heating might not be as even as it otherwise would be, or might not be as hot as it otherwise would be, but this is pretty much indicative of what I was running into. You can see, again, you got the hot spots right over here, but it's not really that intrusive. What's with the keyboard? What do you mean? It didn't capture correctly. I didn't do the picture very well. If you're asking like why does it look weird? So you can see our Cinebench score is 10,940 points, which I think is pretty good. Let me actually look at the old T15G from Notebook Check. Because that'll give us an idea of how much better this is cooling-wise. Because the CPU hasn't actually really that much improved in performance, but... So multi-core score in R23 on last year's model was 8585. So 10,940 over 8585, that's like a almost 30% improvement. So it's 27%-ish. So that's pretty good, really. And I should also mention, in terms of cooling prowess, we have, this is the old internals. You can see that we've got a big pipe, a small pipe, and then one pipe for the CPU that's shared over to the GPU. This is the CPU here. And this laptop ran like garbage. Whenever you had the GPU running, the CPU just choked out and died a sad death. But on the 15G2, obviously we have this big old cooler. And I'll show you the top of it real quick here. If I can. I don't know where my parts page went. There it is. Go to fans. There we are. And you can see we have one pipe that goes all the way over here. We have a bigger pipe that goes across both components. Actually, it's basically just a CPU pipe. You see it goes here and then it goes here. It doesn't actually touch the GPU. So we have a dedicated CPU cooler pipe on both coolers. We have this pipe which is shared and goes to this fan. And then we have two dedicated GPU pipes. So actually this design's pretty good overall, because both components have two dedicated pipes to them, and the CPU actually has more cooling potential than the. Actually, no, it's about, I don't know. This is overall just good, and I'm impressed with this. This overall is a good balance, I think, and it's made evident by the fact that this thing's getting quite good thermals considering the thermal compound we're using. So overall, props to Lenovo for not messing this up. You have a phone that supports the FLIR camera app? Yeah, this is a Cat S62 Pro. It's got a thermal camera built into it, so you can't exactly just use it on any phone. Let's load up Minecraft, and then once Minecraft's done, we will run Ubuntu, and then we'll end the stream. Watching it via the laptop and phone, the echo actually sounds fun. I think we might actually wrap up at 3 hours again, which is nice. I'll share my final thoughts at the end of the stream here before we page off, just so that people can click ahead to that if they're just watching the video afterwards, since not everyone has the patience for the whole video. So yeah, we'll be doing that shortly. Cool. Oh, I should turn the music off. I'm sorry. I like that music though. Anyway, so just running around here. It's definitely not Smear City. It's not like crystal clear, but it's passable and could work. I'd say this is more than playable. So that's good. Why does it look green? I guess the screen's got kind of a weird hue bias to it. Oh! I need to test the screen still. Do we contact you via Discord? You could just join the Discord. I have a link in the description. And you can just message me on the Discord there. Or ask questions there. Exposing that sussy DM. What? Did someone post on my Discord? No. But yeah, Discord link in the description if any of you want to join. Feel free to ask questions in the future about this thing, because I will probably hold on to this for a while. Anyway, oh, I did. Whoops. Well, there's Minecraft. I meant to be showing that the entire time. Oopsies. Anyway, God damn it. I've done that like twice this stream. I'm gonna have to just edit this VOD or something. I don't know. Anyway, Christ. Let's see here. First thing I did was say, alright, great, thanks. Alright. But yeah, Minecraft. Not a smeary mess. Looks smeary on camera, but that's just because the camera's running at 30. So yeah, not a big deal. Close up Minecraft. Okay, let's load up Ubuntu, or at least try to. Let's make sure the disk is going to work first. High-end texture pack. I don't have anything prepped. I'd have to download something. I know I could load up like Seuss or something, but I don't know if I'm on that Patreon right now, so. Okay, and now I have 12, and then USB, and then okay. Ba ba bum bum bum. Yeah. Ubuntu. What's been your favorite laptop this year? Well, I'll tell you, it's not the all AMD Asus. In terms of favorite, I mean, that's a hard question, but I do really like the Blade 14. I think it's like the most innovative machine. That's unironic because, I mean, think about it. It's a 14-inch laptop. It's got a vapor chamber. Oh. I just realized Ubuntu might not be too happy because I'm running in dedicated only mode right now. But let's see if it'll even go. Huh. I might need to switch to hybrid mode for that to even boot. But yeah, like I think the Blade 14 is probably my favorite. Not like just because I've been using it for work, but I think it's pretty much the coolest thing. I still own the Blade? Yeah, I do. I've been dailying it for work still. It's just the most ideal system. for what I've been doing lately. I mean, this might end up replacing it, but I'm not entirely sure yet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart this. Now, in terms of like the fastest computer, I would probably say it's, well, okay, if I had to say like favorite gaming computer that's not like trying to be slim or anything, my favorite that I've actually used is probably the Legion 5 Pro, and by extension the Legion 7, because Legion 7 is just the same thing but better. By the way, there is a Legion 7 on Lenovo.com right now that is heavily discounted. It's the AMD one, and it's actually kind of at a good price. It's like the 3080 5900HX. Good RAM, good SSD. I think it's got the two 1 terabyte drives. That's at a pretty good price right now. So if you're looking at one of those, I would check that out. But otherwise, I mean, up to you. I don't really have a favorite overall though, because I mean, I'm too picky in terms of categories. Also, Blade 14 has downsides. It's not perfect. So I couldn't really say it's like my favorite ever, because I've had laptops that don't have issues. To boot on Ubuntu, you have to enable hybrid mode. Does it interfere when not enabled? I don't know yet. I just think that the NVIDIA graphics wasn't playing nicely. My favorite PC this year was the M75Q Gen 2 488. Dude. That's a great price. Holy crap. I'd agree in terms of like PCs. That's great. Name them. Name what? Let's see if this is actually going to work. I might have to turn off Secure Boot or something. I don't know. Oh, it looks like it's working this time. Sale lasted for months from December to June. Oh, yeah. Mine was Legion 5 Pro, 3070 budget, under 1500. Yeah, for sure. Oh, Blade 14 issues. Well, I had some like slight manufacturing issues with my lid that I talked about in the video. The CPU does throttle kind of at like a low power level, which I'm not super happy about, but it's not like intolerable. What else? There was a brief issue where like Wi-Fi wouldn't work, but that was an Intel bug, so it wasn't Razer's fault. Battery draw is really bad on it. Like, it doesn't last very long on battery, which it should, but that's obvious. I think the main thing is like the RAM's slow, which is kind of lame, and there's only 16 gigs of it, which, oh, cool. Thanks, Husky. That's the same complaint literally everyone else has. Wow. But yeah. Overall, it's not that bad. It's just like, it's not perfect. You know, I would like more CPU performance out of it. So I would like more CPU headroom in terms of like thermals. I do wish that the GPU would run at higher power, but I don't know. Again, like, I'm dailying it. There's like some slight issues I have with the aluminum where like you can kind of feel like almost, it's almost if you're familiar with you know, those little pieces of plastic that when you get closer to them and farther away from them, the image changes. The polymers can feel like that sometimes when you slide your like wrist across it. It feels like it's got like small, like microscopic ridges on it from like CNCing or something. It's very strange. There we go. Ubuntu booted this time. But yeah, I mean, that's my only new defect I've really noticed with the thing. Other than that, I kind of like the computer. Oh yeah, and it also doesn't allow double-sided SSDs, which is super lame. But not that big of a deal. So display brightness works. Speakers work. Touchpad works. Track point works. Track point buttons work. Does the middle click work? I have no idea. Numlock doesn't do anything. Oh, now it does. It's just being stupid. Cool. So numlock works. No. Keyboard works. I don't know. Works pretty well. Looks like it's pretty much designed to run Ubuntu, because it probably is. I'd say Steam Deck is best PC of the year. Yeah, that's hard to argue with, dude. I'd say it's the best budget gaming machine of the year, if I had to say anything. Because it's not really like a full PC in a sense. It doesn't have a dedicated hardware keyboard, so it's hard to call it a PC more than just like a handheld PC. But I would agree otherwise. I would say yeah, for sure. I think it's super cool, as long as it's not bad. Which, you know, from what I've heard from reviewers, it's not bad, so might be worth it. Also, this is an interesting point. Since we have like 3 M.2 slots, you literally could have an SSD that just has Ubuntu on it. And you could just switch to Windows whenever. Like, you could have a drive with Windows, a drive with Ubuntu, or like you could just have 2 drives with a bunch of like virtual disks on them or partitions of OSs, and then you have your boot drive that just runs like a hypervisor, and then you can just have all of them running in the background at all times. That would be awesome, and I could totally do that. But can you try Silverbench? Okay, yeah, I'll try Silverbench again. It might actually work this time. Oh, I should actually send it to my Wi-Fi. That would be useful. I'll leak a DM again, but this is a good DM. He brings you milk. See, that's good. That's not scary and frightening like my other DMs. Now I've learned not to DM people on the stream computer. That's what I've learned. Okay. I approve. Yeah, I do too. Dark. Silverback bench. Or was it Silverback? Silverbench. Multi-core online CPU stress test. Let me pull up resource monitor resources benchmark. Okay, all the CPUs are saturated. I probably want to keep this in the foreground, huh? I'm gonna have to install Chromium. I think this is just busted on Firefox and Linux. Like the default Linux install is just broken. Because that keeps happening every time we do that. apt-get update. Oh, sudo apt-get update. Okay. Sudo apt-get install Chromium. Can I install Google Chrome through the frickin' repo yet? No. stupid. What? Sure, yeah, we'll just do that. We'll see if the Deb wants to work. No. Oh, there it is. Did Chrome install now? No. Oh. Failed install. Not supported. Okay. That's nice. Chrome. Oh, there's Chromium. We'll just install Chromium. Even though it's really poorly rated. For some reason. What? This already installed? Oh, it is. Okay. Okay, we'll just close this. Is Chromium starting? Or is it just dead? I don't know. What is happening? Yeah, this is not working. Unfortunately, it seems to be an issue with running the computer in like Live CD or something. I don't know why Firefox is just busted whenever I try to do that. But yeah, it runs Ubuntu. It'll work. I don't know why the benchmark's not working, but whatever. It really just doesn't want to run. Yeah, something about Live CD is just not happy right now. Yeah, well, we came and we saw, so let's restart. Remove the install media. Okay. There, it's removed. Anything else you guys want to see, or anything last minute, or just good? If everyone's pretty much happy with the coverage so far, I'll just go to a general overview and wrap things up. Wow, you guys are quiet. All right, so I'm just gonna say that we're done then. So yeah, so the stutter was caused by CPU throttling. Yeah, it seems like it was. At least I wasn't able to reproduce it after I limited the CPU. So I imagine it's CPU throttling. It could have just been something storage running in the background that was causing GTA not to stream in stuff as quick as possible or something. I mean, I'm not entirely sure, but it did stop after throttle stop, so it's mitigatable. It's not like a system issue. So yep, now we know CPU performance, GPU performance, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're good. Yeah, let's do the let's do the overview at the end now. So overall, the T15G has been pretty much impressive in my standards. Now, I have pretty high standards for systems in general compared to a lot of other reviewers, mainly because I want to see things improve. So being able to say negative things about it is generally beneficial to the company. Setting your standards low is not beneficial to anyone, especially your audience, because then they don't know any flaws that they might actually care about that you don't particularly care about, such as GPU and CPU CPU and GPU performance, because there are people like me and other people that do in fact buy ThinkPads for gaming and personal use other than work, And they do care about this kind of thing, so I share as much as possible. But anyway, so overall thoughts. Keyboard's pretty good. It's about as standard good keyboard for a ThinkPad. My unit did arrive defective with, of course, this little touchpad quirk where you can lift the plastic up with your thumb or whatever. But Lenovo did immediately agree to send me a replacement without having to ship this back, so that'll be nice. I'll have to ship it back once the new one arrives, but of course, I do appreciate that they're doing that for me. They did that without knowing I'm a reviewer, by the way, so that was pretty much just blind test of their support. This model is the FHD i9 3070 version, so 500 nit FHD. We've got we have dual channel 32 gig of memory. That's two 16 gig sticks. They're both 1RINC X8 sticks, so we've got pretty good RAM performance as a result. Not that you can have two 16 gig DIMMs that are not in 1RINC X8. That's just required, but I'm kind of getting a little off topic there. Anyway, touchpad pretty good, just a little small. That's my opinion, though. You can always just use TrackPoint, and TrackPoint's good. So, in terms of visuals, I already expressed this earlier in the stream. There's a little clicker on the chapters section below that'll have a little link to when I talked about design and the point of the ThinkPads not looking like a MacBook. But basically, it doesn't look pretty because it's not supposed to. It's supposed to be practical. Oh yeah, we got to test the screen. I'll test the screen after this. Screen overall doesn't seem very color accurate. It's also not horribly vibrant, but it does the job and it's good enough in my opinion. But we will be running it through a calibrator here, and I'll see if I can actually get a meaningful result out of my calibrator. Just see what I can do. Thermals are very good. We're getting probably around 50 watts on the CPU sustained without a repaste. I mean, we're running at 100C, but based on the behavior I've seen in the X1 Extreme, we could easily improve the behavior with a repaste to like IC Diamond or something like that, and we'd see a generous improvement on the CPU and GPU, which this system has no EC throttling, so you can actually improve the temperatures considerably with liquid metal or a new compound. Has IR for Windows Hello, which none of the Legions have, so if you're considering this for gaming, you will have IR sign-in, which is nice. The whole chassis has a matte finish on it. It's not like a unfinished black plastic like some of the older ThinkPads, but it's not like the T14, for instance, or something similar to that, where it's got like that soft touch grippiness to it. It's a very like durable, high-end, non-grippy plastic that I very much appreciate from Lenovo doing that, because a lot of their systems have this gross soft touch crap on it that I hate, and this one doesn't, so it's pretty nice in my book. We've got a serviceable door on the bottom. We have two M.2 slots, two RAM slots there, and then on the top we have an M.2 PCIe Gen 4 M.2 slot for a 2280 SSD, and we also have two more SODIMMs for a total of 4 SODIMM slots. Keyboard is removable and fully serviceable without taking the whole computer apart. Just have to take the bottom service panel off. Not the whole bottom panel, but the small service panel I showed earlier in the stream. And yeah, overall, very much happy with the system. Good airflow, good overall thermal performance for a workstation. Generally exceeded my expectations, so props to Lenovo for a good device as usual, unlike some of the other ThinkPads. But I mean, in terms of like the Legions and other high performance units they make, just overall good job. I like it. I would recommend buying this thing for sure if you just have a workstation use concern. Be sure to reference my benchmark scores on the stream if you have specific performance needs, but overall this thing is quite performant for even just the price, I would say, or just, well, I don't know. It's just good performance for this category. Anyway, I'm going to get my calibrator off the ground, and I'm going to see if I can actually do anything with it here. 1 second. I'll play music and be right back. Alright, so I'm back again. And I will be using my calibrator. As you can tell by the dust all over it, it has just been sitting on the floor for a while. But it should indeed work with the software, so one of these days I should honestly clean this thing. I could do it right now, maybe. Do I have a microfiber? Maybe I do. I do. Great. Just want to get some of this gunk off of it. Ick. Anyway, let's get the X-Rite software installed. So i1 Pro X-Rite. I don't remember what the software is. Calibration solutions, I think. I'm honestly not quite sure. I think it might be a portable spectrometer. Spectrophotometer, blah, blah, blah. Turn the screen brightness down a little bit. Holy crap. No, jeez. Come on. There we go. No, this is not it. Dang it. I don't know what this is called. Hold on. EO2XRUF. There we go. Out of production. Training and support. Software. iProfiler. I think that's what I need. We shall see if this is possible soon. Okay. Do you play games when you're not doing YouTube? Well, my work is with Minecraft, so I guess I play Minecraft a lot, but BeamNG.Drive is the main thing I play, if anything. I don't play a whole lot of like AAA games or anything like that. Which is why my Steam doesn't have a lot of AAA games. Oh, restart the computer, sure. Christ. It has got to be like 20 degrees hotter in here than it is in the rest of the house. All right, it's loading. All right, iProfiler. Pull up that tutorial again. How to calibrate your monitor. Get started. Oh, looks like it lit up. So, display profiling. Select the one I would like to calibrate. This one. Select the white point. Sure, D65. Select the luminance. Native. Prepare your device. Wait. Using an i1 Pro. Okay. Next. Not found. Bum 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 bum. There we go. Now it should work. Unless the driver's not installing. No, it's there. Wait. Is it? Oh, does this not support the i1 Pro? Did I totally blind on that? I think I did. Hold on. Okay. Rev A through D. Oh, this is an E, so it should be fine. Hold on, I'm having issues here. Okay, so this does not support. Dang it. i1 profiler, i1 Pro E. Is i1 Pro 2? I think this is the i1 Pro 2. EO2 XRUF. Yeah, it is the i1 Pro 2. Oh my god, I'm being stupid. Okay. So it's the i1 Pro 2. There we go. Basic. Display profiling. There we go. Let's do D50. Native. Next. Device not calibrated. Press the calibrate button. Profile reminder. Oh, I didn't actually tell you guys. Oh god, I skipped ahead. Oh crap. Click the button below. I'm kind of confused. Oh, I have to hit start measurement. All right, well, it's running. This will take a little while, but we'll see. Shows the gamut, shows the target achieved before and after. What mechanical keyboard do you have? I just have this cheap Amazon one. Display cal? Oh, it'll just pull up the profile. Okay. I know I don't have a recommendation for that. No. I'll have to use this base ICC display software here. Cheap one good enough? I mean, you can do whatever you want, really. Display cal, maybe? Oh yeah, display cal can do it, I think. Yeah, I'll use display cal. Looks like calibration's almost done. Maybe i1 Profiler will have everything too, so we'll see. Da 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 da. Yeah, just display cal. Okay. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum. Calibration takes a decade and it's not very interesting. Sure does look weird though. I thought I accidentally crashed my browser, but no, I just closed the live stream window for some reason. Come on. Almost done. Oh, it's verifying. Okay. How did I start reviewing on YouTube? I just posted videos. It was not really that exciting. Okay. Yeah, so color accuracy was pretty off. Save profile. Sure. Tell you the screen looks more accurate now. How about display cal? Get display cal for Windows installer. Close this. Launch display cal. Okay, download. It has to download a whole zip file that takes forever to download, I guess. Wonderful. Go to sleep now. Thanks for this. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for watching, dude. Have a good night for sure. Almost done. $33 minutes, Jesus. Well, where is my profile? Where does this thing store profiles? X-Rite. Type 1 profiler, calibrations. Nope. Does not contain settings. Okay. Oh, it's way too hot in here. All right, well, I'll do this later because it's super hot. But yeah, so that's all for today. think we covered this thing pretty thoroughly. I'm very tired now. If you have any questions, feel free to join the Discord, and I'll be sure to answer them there later. I'll be testing this machine more. Probably do some repasting or something in the future when the new system arrives, just to see what the potential of this thing is. If you have any benchmarks you want me to run or tests before we do that, just in like a factory configuration without any modification, let me know in the comments as soon as possible. But yeah, so until then, that's pretty much the stream. Yeah, thanks for watching. Channel members there. You can use the links in the description to support the channel. If you want to buy one of these, which I pretty much would recommend at this point, you can do that below. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys in a future video. Hope this video was helpful. I'll see you guys later.